All right, so we're right here with another somebody that's an ambitious tax business owner here at Chauncey Header Jr.'s 2017 event, Harrison Ulloa. Harrison, introduce yourself and your company, and let us know why did you travel here all the way from Texas to be here?
Well, it's very simple. My name's Harrison, and we are from Dallas, Texas. We have a firm of 3 full-time tax preparers, and we focus mostly on individual 1040s. But we're here because we know things are shifting, and we just want to start making a strategic adjustment and put a plan in place to get to the next level. We want to start going after businesses.
What's your business name, Harrison?
Affirm Tax and Multiservice.
Affirm.
Affirm Tax.
I like it.
And Multiservice, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I took that from one of my buddies I used to work for. His company's name was Affirm Home Loans.
Okay.
And I went up to him. I was like, hey, man, you're one of my mentors. I'm coming up with this new company. Can I use Affirm? Because it's kind of an extension of where I come from. So I wanted to, in a way of honoring him,
Yep.
I wanted to use that as our company name, because to me it has a lot of meaning and it stands for something. So yeah, I have a background in sales, and that's where I come from. So I wasn't a guy that's really good with crunching numbers for on a 1040 or whatnot. My background was mostly closing the deal, getting in front of as many people as I could, telling them my story, bringing them in, and just getting to know them, getting them to like me, making a connection somehow, establishing that relationship, and trying to figure out what their needs are and how I can help them get from where they are to where they need to be.
Well, I'm glad you brought up sales, because it's something that I'm always working with our tax school customers and even within our company to emphasize that, Harrison. And a lot of the people I see here at a higher ticket type event, I notice hey, they prioritize that in their own business, or they have a sales background, and that's a big part of why people reach that next level. So for anybody out there that's kind of thinking I just do taxes, I'm more in the service business, I don't need to sell, but the people that are growing this business, it's even if that's not quote unquote our personality, talk to me a little bit about how important is that in our business?
I mean, it's if you don't make a sale, there is no business.
Right.
It's as simple as that. So I mean, and you're a good guy that can vouch for this. You have to be good with words. You have to be able to communicate, and in that you have to ask a lot of questions.
Right.
You have to probe. You have to get to that underlying factor that's gonna actually, because a customer will tell you, I'm buying because of this reason, but in reality there's another hidden reason why they're really buying.
Right.
So you have to probe until you get that reason. Once you figure that out, then it's easy that's the key factor in the sales process. So I would say to anyone that's trying to grow, I mean, you have to get your sales skills up.
And what is in our business, I mean, especially being that you brought a couple of your team members here, so you have a team going, it's not just you.
Right.
And that in and of itself is something that not everybody can do, is build a team. What specific to the tax business, what is that underlying factor for, say, your clients? What's something where it's they might think this is what's important to them, but really deep down, this is why they come here. What does that look like for your clients?
Right. So.
Or does it just vary?
That's a very loaded question, but I would summarize it like this: if you come, and this is how we operate. We try to position ourselves through referrals. More than anything, we go on referrals. We try to do a good job with whoever's coming in. Now, if I did a good job for that person, I offer them an incentive to send me a referral.
Cool.
Right. So that means actually that means
yeah,
cash.
yeah. Everybody responds to that.
Everybody responds to cash, and I'm not talking about $20. I'm not talking about $25. You got to put your money where your mouth is.
I like it.
We give $100.
Nice.
That's what we do. So
I got to start sending you clients.
a lot of people don't do that. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people don't do that, but we do.
Right.
We do, and not only do we do that, what we tell our clients, we don't want just anybody. All right. So we coach our clients when they're sending us referrals to bring us clients just like them.
Cool.
So the way it works is if I want a high-end client, I want to make sure that high-end client brings me someone just like them.
Cool.
So what's this high-end client going to do for me when he brings a referral? If it's somebody that's with their similarities and their type of situation, well, that customer is going to, that new referral is going to ask my client, how much does he charge?
Right.
Well, I coach my clients and say, you got to go talk to him.
Just come in, sit down. Maybe they don't want to come in. Maybe they can just send me their forms, through this nice apparatus called a smartphone.
Yeah.
You can get anything.
Right.
Maybe it can take me 7 to 10 minutes to prepare the estimate. Once I prepare the estimate, I send it over to them. They check it in their inbox. My fee will be on there. Now, if things work out and make sense, then they're going to file with me. So they don't even have to come into my office. I have a brick and mortar office, but they don't have to come in. We can do everything through the phone. We can do everything. We can Skype. They can, now you can e-sign for everything, 8879s, all that stuff.
Yep.
So you can have all your ducks in a row. We have a software called Atom, and that's with Mark Preco. He's a good friend of mine, and that's helped us dramatically this year. So now we're pretty much going paperless.
So let's talk about. I don't want to bring up all the great numbers that you just were on the hot seat up here with Chauncey, but you talked about your per client fee and being able to raise that effectively, and not only yourself, again, you guys, but having a team and leading a team to be able to do that. That is a very impressive, and trust me, I've tried it. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So, but you're also talking about you guys. You have a lot of like Schedule C or like lower income, where a lot of people that might be watching this might be thinking, well, you can't get that much per client, or why are you able to charge that and other people are not able to? If you had to just explain it and say maybe 1 or 2 key points for somebody that's out there saying, come on, Harrison, you might be able to do that, but could I really do that? Why are you able to do that and other people think that they can't?
I answer it like this. It's very simple. It's he who thinks he can. He who thinks he can't.
Right.
It's all a mindset.
Cool, man. And how does the...
and I'll say this. This is something that I struggle, because we network a lot. I meet people like you, and I know a lot of CPAs, EAs, attorneys, and yeah, they would tell me the same thing. Why you? Because I'm an unenrolled tax return preparer. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an enrolled agent. Why am I charging more than what they're charging? Well, the average, I think, is like $240, $250.
Something like that.
Something like that, right? So I looked at those numbers and I'm like, why? But you study sales, and this is one thing. This is why every entrepreneur, every business owner needs to study sales.
You're correct.
Because we are the professionals. We tell the clients what the price is. We set that price. We don't let the consumer come in and sit down and tell us Joe Blow down the street charges $80 or $100.
Right.
And that's what I'm willing to pay. You know what? That's fine. Go to Joe Blow. Don't come to me. I'm gonna set my price my way, right? So, all in all, the price is just something that's made up.
Right.
Who said $250 it should be the average?
Right.
Who said that? If you check the IRS guidelines, there is no set fee. There is no set fee. We can come up with whatever number we want to come up with.
Everything's negotiable, baby. That's what we always say.
You know what I mean? So,
but you got to follow that through with the good service, because you were on stage and you were talking about how much you guys care about your clients and how you're trying to make an impact on their life. So hey, don't take this as like you got to just be able to sell and like you got to sell. You got to fulfill.
Yeah.
You got to fulfill promises.
You have to sell yourself.
Right, correctly. In your own mind.
Yeah. You have to sell yourself as you're worth this much, and you have to sell your client on you.
Right.
Why you're the better fit for them. Anyone that comes to me or as a referral, I am doing that client a disservice if they walk out of my door without signing with me.
Because they'll go somewhere else and not get as good.
They're not going to get the value that they're going to get with me. They're not going to get me.
Right.
That's how I look at it, and that's how everybody's mindset should be. That's how my guys think the same way. So
let's close with this: is that to build up those kind of thought processes, mindset, it's a process. We all go through it. Everybody has insecurities. If people think, I put myself on camera, I look cross-eyed and whatever else, and it takes actually a guts and a process to put yourself out there, like Harrison's doing, and let alone leading a team. Like I said, how important is it to get coaching from Chauncey, or to kind of have the network and network with other people that you see what they're doing, you admire it? How big of a part of that is that personal development for you? And you're investing actively in that. Yeah. If anybody else is out there saying, well, I don't have the money to do that, or that's not that important, I should just stick to how important is it?
It's the most important thing. You have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job or whatever business you're in. So in order to do that, you actually have to reach out to the people that have been there, done that. Chauncey's he had 24 offices at one point. over 4 million in sales. Why
I'm
wouldn't
getting
I
stressed
talk?
out just thinking
The
about
gentleman
it.
that you just interviewed prior has 10 offices, and who did he hire to coach him? Chauncey.
Right.
Why wouldn't I do it? I mean, it's just, you have to pay the price. You know, like, goals are so simple. It's like you have to figure out what your goal is, find out your purpose, and then you actually have to be willing to pay the price to achieve that goal.
Right.
And then take action every day to knock out tasks as much as you can till you accomplish that goal. And
Yeah.
it's not it's a lifestyle. It's just like when you go on a diet, man. You don't just say, I'm going on a diet for 2 weeks and then I'm in shape and I work out, that's it, and you stop. No,
Right.
it doesn't work like that. You have to develop the habits that will get you to where you want to go. So for a meal plan, you have to have a meal plan. You have to have the habits to eat the proper foods. You have to get your rest. You have to exercise, and it's a lifestyle. It takes time. Growing a business takes time, but you have to develop the habits and reach out to the people that have the information that are willing to help you. And so that's one of the key things, and I think anyone that's been where I am, because I'm just trying to climb up this ladder, that we're where I am one day, they used to be where I am, and this process I'm trying to enjoy it, right?
Absolutely, man.
More
You
than
got
anything. Yeah, it's a process, meeting the people, making the connections, seeing the genuine people like yourself, like the gentleman that just spoke, other people that I've met in the room, and just keeping up with them, finding out how they're doing, how their business is growing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of everybody. That's
Yeah,
one of the main things. Other people that are actually very successful are fans. We're like obsessed with this learning thing and
Totally,
trying to
man.
get to the next level, and hearing how somebody did something that you're like, wow, you know, so simple yet so effective. So yeah, I enjoy these events. So you know, I'm gonna be one of, whether it's Chauncey or somebody else, I'm gonna keep continuing to develop the skills and hire the people I need to hire to get the consulting that I need to take my business and take my guys to the next level.
Yep. And don't forget, I mean, when you're on that path, it's about you developing yourself, but whatever you developing in yourself gives you a chance to reach out and help somebody else.
Yeah.
And so that's what was really cool. One thing I noticed about you guys is you rolled in with the team. And I love how your team, you guys all sat in different spots, so you could all mix and mingle with other people. So, you know, we're a fan of what you're doing. Want to definitely thank you for spending the time sharing your thoughts with us as well, Harrison. And just quickly again, in case people want to look you up, you know, like your page on Facebook or whatever it might be. What's, like, you know, somebody seeing this video, what's the best way for them to reach out and say, I am your fan, or maybe even to be able to connect with you? How would they go about doing that?
Text me, man. 972-834-9132.
Uh-oh, man, you're going to be blowing up with text now.
972-834-9132. Just send me a text. Send me a text. If you want to text me your email, your name, reach out. And I'd love to chat with anybody that's trying to improve themselves and their business. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. That's very generous.
All right.
So, all right, everybody, have a great day.